What's up, everybody? Welcome to the vlog for today. Today is Thursday. I think it's the 26th of May. And it was suggested to me by one of my subscribers to put my cell phone on a pillow to keep it from moving. That makes perfect sense. Why I never thought of that, I have no idea, because I have done it in the past. But anywho, I'm really missing my Canon G7X. I know y'all are tired of hearing me say it, but I really am. And I'm going to be excited to get it back at the end of June. So, me and my mini-me had an awesome time at the pool today. And we're having a girls' night tomorrow night. I've just been doing a lot of thinking. And I hope y'all can hear me wherever I'm supposed to look in this vlog. I've been researching a lot on Venezuela and what's going on over there, and it's just really sad. You know what I'm saying? Because whether you want to believe our government is corrupt or not, that's on you. But anybody that's got any bit of sense knows our government is corrupt. And they know, just like I know, that what's going on in all these other countries, especially what's going on over in Venezuela, y'all, it's gonna come to the USA. There's no doubt about it. And I was just sitting here thinking, I told y'all I was painting my floors. I had been painting my floors white, my hardwood floors white, but I was doing another coat of that, and trying to make my house look cute, because I like to decorate. And as I'm sitting here painting my hardwood floors, I'm sitting here thinking, at any given moment, all hell could break loose. And there'll be military choppers all over the sky, martial law, the collapse of the dollar, cashless societies. I mean, it's just Fema camps at any given moment. And I'm just sitting here painting my hardwood floors like, wow, like at any given moment, Egypt and I will go from, making ends meet and living somewhat comfortably compared to what everybody else in these other countries, especially Venezuela, is having to experience. I may not have much, but I'm very thankful, grateful for what I do have, being a single parent. However, with that said, I just was sitting there thinking, Egypt and I could go from where we are at financially today to absolutely nothing but survival mode in the blink of an eye. So it's just, I'm a real deep thinker, and I think about things like this. And when it comes to the transgender thing and everything that's going on with that, I hope y'all realize that Obama and the government, they could care less about transgender individuals. And I think a lot of people are missing the point. I think a lot of people are thinking Obama's all for, being who becoming who you identify with and all this and equality, and y'all are so far from the reality of it if that's what you honestly think. The Obama could care less. The government, they could care less about it. All of this is just a part of the agenda. All of these things are just a part of what has got to take place. And I think a lot of people don't realize that. They honestly think that Obama and our government is all about, if you feel like a woman but you're a man, be a woman. That, like, they don't care, y'all. They come across like they care, but they don't care. It's just that's one of the things that they're having to manifest to the public, to the masses, because that's part of their agenda. It's like their agenda is from here to here, and they have to take steps to get to here, which is the end result. And so they have to do all of these different things. And I just hope people grasp the truth of that. Obama and the government knows that if they allow people who if they one day wake up and want to be a woman, Obama and the government know that if they allow transgendered individuals, or even if you're not transgendered, but you just feel like you want to be of the opposite sex one day or whatever. The point I'm making is the government and Obama are fully aware that there will be perverts and people that will take this opportunity to harm people. This is it's the same thing with the riots, people. It's the same thing with these drills that they're doing in states all over the U.S. They want you to believe that they're training, that they're doing these drills to protect us, the people, from terrorists or those that are trying to attack the U.S. When the terrorists and the ones that are trying to attack the U.S., it's not China. It's our own government. When you figure out that the terrorists are our own people, our own government, you will get a shock wave. Like, you at first will be so shocked, and then once that wears off for a bit, then you get angry. And then you, after that wears off, which you never fully get over, then you're like, okay, survival mode. What's going to be my next move when all hell breaks loose? And it just, I mean, people, you gotta think about it like this, okay? Just for a moment. There are cures for every illness, every sickness, every disease, cancer, AIDS. There are cures. You wonder why all of these holistic doctors are being found murdered. Hello. Wake up. Seriously. Do you honestly think our government cares about you? They don't, people. They do not. They make, at the end of the day, it's all about the dollar. It's all about money. The pharmaceutical companies, they make money off of keeping people sick. They don't want people to realize that the cure for cancer is in your everyday foods, not fattening GMO food. I'm talking about like healthy fruits and vegetables and certain herbs and certain plants. Like, people, they don't want you to know this. They would rather you walk past an aisle of certain vegetables and fruits and herbs as you're going through chemotherapy than to discover that if you just picked up that herb, you would be cured. They don't want you to know that. Why? Because then they can't make no money. So if you don't believe me, I challenge you to do your research. If you've never been challenged, take this challenge. And then once you figure that out and that's the truth and what's really been going on, then think about this. Once you realize that it's all about money with these people, it's not about helping you get better or making sure you have food to feed your family, then you'll realize that I'm sorry, something is in my eye. Then you'll realize that when all hell breaks loose, these FEMA camps, they are not for us. They are not to help us. They are to separate families. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, then you are already far behind. I mean, it gets to a point where you know, people just need to wake up. You've got people, the majority of this world's population, not all, but the majority, are so brainwashed and dumbed down to the reality of what's really going on and what's all about to take place. It's so incredibly sad, but at the same time, it's even more reason why, if you don't have a relationship with Christ, that you work on that as of yesterday. And you know, I'm not going to get into the whole religious thing, but I know Christ changed my life. And I've seen Christ change the lives of so many people each and every day, y'all. It's not even about religion anymore. It's about your relationship with God, your relationship with Jesus Christ. And I just pray that the people wake up. You know, in Venezuela right now, there's people waiting for 6 hours to get 2 containers of mayonnaise to feed their families. There's people starving over there. But because they're not our people, they're not American, we turn the other cheek. You know, if I had all this money, I would help so many people. I don't have that money, but I know how to pray. And I know how to wake other people up. You keep watching, you keep focusing on Kim Kardashian, Kanye West, Jay-Z, Beyonce, the new Yeezys, what you gonna wear to the club next weekend, your hair, your weave, your false nails, your false eyelashes, your fancy ride, your fancy clothes, how much money you got in your bank account, your new girlfriend, your new boyfriend. Keep living like you living. And you gonna wake up when all hell breaks loose. And you're standing around wanting to know when the hell it all broke loose in the first place. You will be the person that will not survive an apocalypse. And your new girlfriend and your new boyfriend who got the fat ride and all the money in the bank, Ask yourself, baby girl, do you think when all hell honestly breaks loose, he gonna keep you around? Better yet, he gonna take his and bounce. People just, their focus is off. Their focus is off. Turn off the TV. Why don't you research some of the things that are going on this planet through independent media? Now there are some that are just trying to bring fear to the masses. But the more research you do, the more able you'll be to be able to wean those people out. It just amazes me where people's focus is at when we are so close to, at any moment, all hell breaking loose. So I didn't mean to get into this big rant, but it's just really sad, what's going on in the world and how many people are so blinded by it. There will be so many people that will continue to live doing what they want to do as if they're a god. There will be so many people that would rather die in their sin than spend one day delivered from their flesh. And that's just the truth. People will justify their sin. People have justifications for everything they do that they want to do, despite who it hurts, despite who's affected by that decision. There's a lot of selfish people in the world, y'all, and there's a lot of people that, it gets to a point where you can't say, oh, I was just naive. No, it gets to a point where, you're not naive. You just choose to do the opposite. That's just what it is, y'all. And if it sounds like I'm rambling, I really could care less because I needed to get it out. There's people. So many people are dying. So many people are in pain. So many people need deliverance. So many people, if y'all think y'all have seen hell, y'all wait till all hell breaks loose and this economy crash. I just don't know what else to say anymore about it, really, because it just... And then, you got those people that'll say, well, I don't want to focus on the negative. I don't like to watch the news because it's always something negative. Look, I'm a very positive person. And I don't like to focus on the negative either. But I don't see it as focusing on the negative. I see it as trying to figure out what the hell's going on. I see it as me taking the initiative to research what's going on to better help me and my daughter when all hell breaks loose. And they'll say, oh, I don't like to watch the news because, it just is, it's all negative. No, that's just your justification for the fact that you don't want to figure out what's going on because you don't want your delusion destroyed and you don't know what you're going to do next. You don't know what you're going to do if all hell breaks loose. So you'd rather just run from it. And there'll be a lot of people in the USA that are just running from it when all hell breaks loose. So I'm done. I just needed to get that out, and I don't even know if I've said all that I've wanted to say, but when all hell breaks loose, baby girl, your tight booty is not going to take you far. When all hell breaks loose, to all the brothers with fat rides and focusing on money and bling bling, ain't none of that gonna save you when all hell breaks loose. And I guarantee you, when all hell breaks loose and you got everybody standing in mile to mile long Fema Camp lines to enter into a Fema Camp, you're gonna have a transgender right next to a person that's just who they are. And I say that because if you think Obama is going to be like, oh, all my transgendered individuals, y'all come with me. I'm going to take y'all to a nice place, a palace. No, everybody's going to be in a Fema camp. Not the ones that can manage to escape it, but that's why I'm saying, y'all, they don't care about transgenders. They don't care about, they don't care. They just have a plan in this huge agenda that they've got to. This is a part of their plan. And when you wake up to that, God, you just. Okay, I'm done. I'm out, and I will see y'all in tomorrow's vlog. Peace.